To be fair, I did set the go live on YouTube for 10 minutes later. So, all right, we should be live on YouTube now. If any of you guys are on the main channel, just refresh to see the latest stream. Hold up. All right. Let me see here. Let's see here. Should be live. Why is it not? It says live in like 4 hours. What the hell?
All right, people, let's go home.
All right, hold up.
We're not able to. Maybe we should just go back to traditional recording instead of using live.
That's weird. Hold up. Let me just edit. I'm going to edit this so that it just goes live right now. It should be live right now.
What if we went back to traditional podcasting?
Hold up. I'm going to go unlisted. And we could do that, but hold up. I'm just going to do this one more second. I'm going to go from unlisted and then make it public, like right now. Like it should be live like right now. There it is. All right. It should be going on live right now. I'm going to see if I can hear myself. It's probably going to echo to my thing right now. It seems like it's buffering a lot too. Okay. Looks like it's loading. Buffering and delayed. Okay. Well.
Okay.
Live. There we go.
It's working.
We're working? Okay, it's working?
Yep, we're live.
Is it kind of laggy?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
It's buffering a lot.
That really can't be helped. I don't know what to do about this, but at least it's live. I'm gonna close that out. All right, let's get started. Loot, you still there?
Still here.
Checked out.
All right. Let's get started. All right. I'm gonna start.
Nah, it took so long. I was like, nope.
Okay. I'm gonna start the audio and then we'll go right into the talk. All right. Cool.
Yes.
Hey guys, we're here to bring you another episode of the KHODDcast where we wrap up the events for February. And today on the show we have Loot and Kage. Hate wasn't able to join us because he's getting a roof installed. But say hey guys.
Hey guys.
All right, awesome. So for you guys listening live here on Discord, you guys already know there was a bit of a technical difficulty with getting YouTube up and running. Hopefully for you guys on YouTube, you'll be able to watch and listen to this smoothly. We tried to do as much troubleshooting as we can, but this is probably the best we could do for right now. I'm not sure if it's my internet or what it is, but we managed to fix it. So here we are. All right. So anyway,
whatever you did, save those settings so that we don't spend 20 minutes troubleshooting next time.
Yeah, the biggest problem is because I'm using a laptop to have a separate screen for YouTube, and then I'm using my desktop to do all the recording and the OBS stuff. But I'll try and keep everything and fix it right now. Everyone says it's good now, so okay, good. All right, let's keep going. So on with the show. All right, so as you guys know, we'll have a Q&A at the end of the show for you guys here on Discord and on YouTube. You guys can just write in your questions and we'll answer them on air. For you guys who are on the Discord channel, if you want to ask your question live on air, let me know and I will give you speaking privileges just so that you can ask us the questions and we will answer them for you right there. Okay, so as we do every month, we will go through the February characters' impact on the meta, and we will talk about the Siege, we'll talk about the upcoming March characters, and we'll talk about raids as well this time around since they're back. We'll also have a couple of topics from LMR, and then wrap up the show with announcements and Q&A. So let's get started with February characters' impact on the meta. What did you guys think of Black Mask and Orphan, and Huntress and Vixen as the reworks? So let's start with Black Mask and Orphan. Kage, what did you think?
I like them both. They both play a little differently. Mm-hmm. But, you'd think Black Mask is Constantine. In a way, he is, but he also does a lot of different things too. That you'll feel a difference when you're playing them. I have run into a few black masks in PvP, and the game plan is pretty straightforward. Try and kill him first before you kill his teammates. Usually they bring Larfleas, but overall, I don't think he's going to appear much in the meta. As far as Cassandra, I don't think she's going to show up in the meta much either. She was bugged for a little bit, and a lot of people were really unsure about her, but I find that she's like actually a really good character. I find her more fun to use than Black Mask. I think she's probably the better character. After her bug fix, she's actually stupid good with those constant evasion ups. Unless you're bringing like Zod or Cyborg Superman or a straight up can't miss character, you're gonna have a bad day.
All right, fair enough. Just so I'm clear, because I actually didn't play with Orphan all that much. When you said she was bugged, what was the bug?
She was not gaining evasion ups or heals
Oh, okay.
off turn, but
Okay.
now she's getting evasion up and heals every turn.
Okay. So that sounds good. I mean, what's her damage output like? You think it's good?
Um, as long as she's invisible, she can bleed with her AoE, and her basic will do, I think, double damage with her if she's invisible. Um, I wouldn't say she's like gonna be your go-to damage dealer for a red,
Hmm.
but it's not like warm damage either. It's actually pretty decent.
Cool.
It's middle of the road.
Alrighty. So, Loot, how do you find the two new characters, Black Mask and Orphan?
Black Mask, I'm really not a fan of. I don't particularly like him very much. Um, he's really he's a lot better on defense than he is on offense, in my opinion. He's really quite irritating to fight against sometimes. But on offense, he just doesn't really do it for me.
Okay.
He doesn't do enough. I don't know. If he were being compared to Constantine, I would say on offense, Constantine's just better.
Okay, that's fair. So when you say he's not doing enough for you, like if we compare, a lot of people would compare him to Constantine with like the call assisting and sort of the triggers on death. So does that not play into the same Constantine playstyle?
It kind of does, but Constantine just I feel like he does everything better
Hmm.
in the same respect. I just feel like he's more consistent and I don't know, when he hits the enemy with those intellects down, it's like it's way more detrimental. Like if you're running special damage tunes
Hmm.
and Black Mass just I feel like he doesn't even though he's got those debuffs, I feel like they're not as powerful. And not only that, I feel like they also don't last as long. They seem like maybe one turn. It it's just not enough time.
That's fair enough. So when we think about him, I mean, do you feel like he's like good as he is right now? He's going to be as good as he's going to get, or should he be a candidate for rework in the future?
I think he's a solid character. I don't think
He's
he needs a rework.
okay. I would rather them rework a lot of other tunes first.
Well, yeah.
It's not that he's not usable. It's just that
They're boring.
Constantine's a better version of him.
Okay, that's fair. All right, let's leave him alone, I guess. How'd you feel about Orphan? Did you get a chance to play with her?
Yeah, she's pretty cool. I didn't even realize there was a bug until I was told.
Hmm.
Um, I just thought that that's how she was supposed to work. I think I misread the description, and after I was told that there was a bug and that it was fixed, she started gaining a lot of evasion ups. And like Kage said, if you're going to fight her without bringing a can't miss tune, maybe not even a special damage can't miss tune, you're going to struggle. She's really fast. She's got retaliation. She's got the bleeds. If she can stay invisible, you're in a lot of trouble.
That's fair. Cool.
So I think she's really cool.
All right. So she would you put her in like top tier characters going forward, or do you think she's sort of like needs a little bit more build around?
Well, originally, I think we really bucketed her as a B. That was with like the lack of evasion ups,
Uh-huh.
and then we moved her over just recently into the after we did our tier listing for the month. We reassessed her, and I think we bucketed her in the A now.
Sounds good. So let's think about in terms of where we're going forward with these characters. Now she's in a good spot. Black Mask maybe needs a little bit more love. I mean, I guess this is sort of it is what it is. It feels like the same formula every month almost, though, right? We always have like a one decent character and one character that's sort of lackluster. Um, is there anything that can be done about that? We can't have like two amazing characters every month, right?
Well, that's just
Why
how things
not?
are. It's just there's always one character who's going to outshine the other. You know,
Hmm.
like I'm trying to think of a month where both characters were really good, but one was just straight up better. Um, Alan Scott, who did he come out with?
Alan Scott. I can't remember. That's a good
God.
example. Oh, he came out with Jay Garrick. Oh yeah, he came with Jay
Okay,
Too
Garrick.
no,
long ago.
Jay,
that's not a good example.
yeah, original Jay Garrick and Alan Scott. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Garrick sucks. I don't know. My point is, you can't. It's hard
Didn't it? Wait,
to.
Alan Scott came out with Jay Garrick, didn't he?
Yeah.
I
That's
have
what
no
people are saying
idea.
in the chat. So another example is Arsenal and Wally. That's decent. Like Constantine and Etrigan is probably a good example. Constantine and Etrigan, they're both
Yeah,
like top tier characters.
yeah, but I mean, one survived the meta shift,
Yeah.
but the other was just kind of like, yeah, they're good,
Uh-huh.
but you're rarely ever going to use them.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the sort of it is what it is. It feels like a formula that keeps coming back to us, but it's not maybe not intentional. May just it's just gonna be like one guy is just too good and the other one's just not as good. Um,
Yeah, like Batwoman and Black Lightning. I think Black Lightning is good,
yeah,
but he's not going to be popping the meta. He's not.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Batwoman
But
was just more plug and play.
I think like, well, Black Lightning is one of my favorite energy characters for what he does. But yeah, he's in terms of who took that month, it was definitely Batwoman. Okay, so let's move on to the reworks. What do you guys think about Vixen and Huntress this time around? So, Loot, why don't you start?
I was not a fan of really either rework this month.
Uh-huh.
Um, Huntress, I think I was the only one that just wasn't into her when we did the tier listing. The biggest draw for her was that she can kill. She's colorblind
Uh-huh.
and she can colorblind in the sense of who she goes after with that big hit,
Uh-huh.
like when the characters are low. And she seems to completely avoid invisibility um, and taunt, which is really odd. So I think she's broken, but they were saying that that's why she's great,
Okay.
which to me means she's broken. Um, so I don't know. I don't. She doesn't hit hard. She's got the heal immunity, which is cool,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know. I would bring many tunes over her. And then Vixen is a Swiss Army knife, and she doesn't. Well, so she's got like maybe four things, right?
Uh-huh.
She doesn't do any of those four things amazing.
Exactly.
So it's almost like, what's the point?
Yeah. Like basically, Vixen to me, as you were saying, if she had like a little bit of a nudge in all of her abilities, like if she got one more evasion down, if she was able to stun a little bit better, if she was able to put slightly more bleeds, or if she was able to Like basically do slightly more. Like if you could like level up her ability to like another level, she'd be fine. You know what I mean? Like each ability had like an 11th stage. So
Yeah, no, I
she'd be
agree
fine,
with
and
you.
she'd be great. She'd be like just good enough. Now she's kind of like just bordering on mediocre.
There's characters that do each of those things significantly better than her.
Right. And we get back to that whole
I
Swiss Army.
actually,
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually like Vixen a lot, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think I
Let's
think
hear it. What do you love about her?
she does well in Siege. She was, if you saw Vixen Lee with Castaway, you you couldn't mirror the team. So past Sieges, you could just mirror the team, take the win. But you could not guarantee a win just mirroring it because Vixen was just a wild card. Would her leader proc? Yes or no? If that leader procced, you were doomed. Okay? So her leadership, giving Terminator to herself and ally, random ally, you don't know who it is, so it's really unpredictable. Now I get that you're not a fan of inconsistency, but that extra inconsistency, I in a way is actually really fun because you don't know how the match is going to go. So, um, you could play the match, lose badly, play the match again, and then win really well. The other thing too is that if you would have boosted all her abilities just by a little bit, like you're saying, she's one of those characters that you could really break if
Yeah, I
if you
think
went
she
that
would be
far.
busted. I agree with you. I think she does too many things, and making any of them great,
Would have broken
or
her.
even all of them great, it's like, why would I need any other character in the game? I could just use her.
Yeah, so like the Eagle, you know, sometimes I ship could not get a turn. She'd use that Eagle on Killer Frost. I would not get a turn with my Killer Frost, and then she'd die. You know, so yes, I would like her abilities to be a little bit better, but she'd be S plus tier. Forget Wonder Girl, forget Black Adam, forget everyone else. Just use her.
Yeah.
So you
It
you
would
could
break. It would definitely
yeah,
break the game.
Yeah.
and so plus you would not leave room for future mystics to come into the game.
Exactly.
Would be the problem.
So that's an argument. I mean, we're going back to the whole Swiss Army knife thing. So if we're looking at this character can do her job in this situation much better than she can, but the fact is she's there to take care of many different situations as one character. So the argument is like you're freeing up other slots to do other things. But then again, it's more of like how often does that come up, in the sense that like okay, I need her to take care of this and this and this. It most of the time it's gonna be one thing, and sometimes maybe I don't know less than half the times you bring her in a battle, she has to take care of a different situation, meaning you have to reset her moves and then use a different move. Like most of the time, it's you're just using her basic and the one move that you're spamming over and over and over again, right? But I mean, it is what it is. That like to reiterate what Kage is saying, if she was any better, she'd be the best mystic in the game. So I guess she's fine where she is then. Okay.
I do wish one tweak would be that instead of 30% or 70% chance to give meter to herself and a random ally, I would have liked 100% chance for 10% for everyone.
Okay. That's fair.
So Lex starts buffing. You bring Vixen. She's a direct counter to Lex.
Yeah. Apparently that's a Superboy passive, but okay. All right. So all right, let's move on from there. So let's go get into the siege talk. How did you guys find the Orphan Siege? Also, who won the siege? I wasn't paying attention.
Wait,
Anyone?
what?
The siege, the Orphan Siege.
Oh, do you remember? I think it was Twin City.
Was it M4?
It was either Twin or M4.
M4 is here, so M4 can tell us, but I can't remember. So no one on the Owls knows who actually won if it was one of the Owls. But okay. All right. So how did you guys find the siege this time around?
It was.
A
I
lot
can
of
talk.
BS.
A lot of BS. Okay. Would you like
Yeah,
to? Would you like to reiterate or explain more?
you could. It's just RNG hell, dude. Like play one match, it'll go
Mhm.
that way, but play that same match again, you would not know how it'll end up.
Zero consistency.
Okay. And what was the root of all that RNG? You would say.
I don't know. Will Castaway do his out of turn shots? Will Killer Frost do out of turn shots? Will
Oh.
Vixen proc? Will Catwoman
Yeah,
survive death? Like what the hell?
So
there
they.
were
Yeah,
there was more than one. There were there were a significant number of variables.
So
I
basic.
think it was fun. It was fun in the sense that you couldn't like every match felt fresh.
Uh-huh.
You didn't know what you're walking into.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, if you were trying to win, for good luck. Just put a blindfold on, start pressing buttons, you know, see what
Yeah.
happens.
Alrighty.
And winning with a 20-point team, that was, I would say, 99% of the time not feasible.
Okay. So basically, how different was this from other sieges then? I mean, it's just because we have so many different random attacking characters this time around. Is that the biggest factor?
Hmm?
I mean, compared to the previous sieges, because we have because
I
people.
think there were
Uh-huh.
just so many variables that's why it made it so hard.
The Power Girl siege I hated more than this one.
That was annoying too.
Yeah. So basically, to have a fun siege, we want a bunch of like boring characters that don't do any out of a turn attacks, so that we can just like sort of predict everything from beginning to end. Is that what we're trying to get?
Yeah,
Although, well,
that
let's
Lex,
let's
that
take it
Lex,
a step a little bit in
well that
between.
that Lex siege was really got really boring because all you had to do was just go first. So you saw, Iron Flash up the other team, just use Iron Flash and then buff your team, use Black Adam to nuke everyone. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was not as much fun.
So I don't know. I can't remember which siege was like really fun. I think it was the Black Adam Shazam siege.
Oh, okay. Um, so I guess at the end of the day here, is there what's the way to fix these sieges so that people like find them more enjoyable, or is this basically just like the owls moaning?
No, it's not the Hell's Moaning. It's just some of them are more fun than the others. Can't make them all like great.
Okay, let's see here. Alrighty, so I mean, oh yeah, Hawkeye actually mentioned something we talked about before, like a band tune list. But we could have like the list where if you use these characters, you are losing points rather than gaining points. So I mean, I like that idea. So we talked about that
Wait, say
before.
that again?
So do you remember how I can't remember how long ago. This was like several months, maybe even a year ago. Um, so essentially, you have a list that's the opposite of the what's the word here? The bonus tunes. So you have like the penalized tunes list. So if you use these tunes in your team, you lose points just by having them on the team rather than gaining points.
Ooh, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, that was an idea we threw around several months ago. I'm gonna say even maybe like a year ago when Siege started, but yeah, that is something that I wish we could implement because like you wanna cheese people with Batgirl. So if you put Batgirl on your team, -2 points, right? So
That
so
would be so interesting.
yeah, exactly. I wonder. I mean, it doesn't sound that hard to implement. It's just like another layer of code, right, on top of what they already have. So all right, but that is what it is. Hopefully, maybe we'll get to something like that in the future. But I think a lot of people are kind of done with Siege. I mean, it is one of the only real PvP left, but let's try and get new things in there, right? That's what everyone's trying to push for. So, on that note, let's move on. So let's talk about the March characters. So what do you guys think of the March characters? So we have Hawkgirl and Aqualad, Hawkman and Aqualad announced as the new characters, and Siren and Hawkgirl as the reworks. So what do you guys think? So let's start with Aqualad and Hawkman. Kage, what do you think?
I don't know. They always look better on paper than they play, so we'll see.
All right. I mean,
Right, Luke?
Every month we say the same thing,
Yeah, we're like, oh my God, that character's be S tier.
and then they don't play. It's very hard to tell. The developers can really only do the best they can do um, in their test environment. And then when they write the kits and we all see them, when they publish them, we're like, whoa, that looks so awesome. And then it just isn't.
right.
Or, wow, that looks a little odd. Why would that work? And then it does. So it's very hard to tell.
Yeah. The are you guys excited for like the characters in general, like being in the game, like Hawkman or Aqualad? Any hype for those guys?
Me personally, I I say this all the time. My depth of knowledge in the DC characters world is very small. However, I do know who Hawkman is, and for me, I'm not nearly as excited as some of the other people.
Yeah.
But I would have
But
been
that's
more
okay.
excited if he weren't green.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
Like
a
if
red
they
stunner
would
would be
have
nice.
maybe made him red, I would have been really excited. But because he's green, not so much.
I mean,
Aqualad,
yeah.
I am actually really excited to use him, but I'd never heard of him.
Really? Okay. You should watch the Teen Titans. Good show. But yeah, the not the Teen Titans. Sorry. The what am I thinking of exactly?
Young
Young
Justice.
Justice. Yeah, Young Justice. That's it. Teen Titans is the other show. The but yeah. In terms of Aquaman, I mean not Aquaman, Hawkman. I'm thinking of two things at the same time. Hawkman, even Hawk Guy in chat saying that he should have been red too. So you have someone's supporting your theory here, Loot. But I think the reason why they had to make him green is to fit with Hawk Girl, right? Which is kind of like the pairing.
I don't know. I
Well,
don't care.
but think about it this way. The way they have it set up now, and if you look at the kit on paper, they pair really well together. There's a
Yeah.
lot of synergy.
Hmm.
But now I'm forced to bring two greens
Yeah.
if I want to have that synergy. Would have been way cooler if I could have brought a green and a red,
Yeah.
and then maybe Wonder Girl would be a little bit less of a risk.
Yeah. I mean, I completely get that, and I mean they've also broken the mold with Jay Garrick as Red Flash, right? So it's not out of the realm of possibilities here. But yeah, I kind of feel like maybe they could have done something better there. But let's see what happens with. Let's see how he performs once he's out of the gate. Um, what do you guys think about Aqualad as a character, though? I think Kage, you've watched all Young Justice, right? Are you hyped for him?
Yeah. I mean, I never really cared for him. If I cared about any Young Justice character, it would probably be like Cheshire
Oh,
or
interesting.
Arsenal. Cheshire or Arsenal. Cheshire just because she's, Vietnamese, but Arsenal, Arsenal I personally like too. Um, but going back to Hawkman real quick, I am excited that, the people got what they wanted, because people be asking for him for months. So I'm glad you guys finally have him.
Cool.
Aqualad I don't really care for in the lore.
Hmm.
Uh, but I mean, if you like him and he's here, I'm happy for you.
Sounds good. All right, so we have a lot of like young just justice potential coming down the road. I think like especially with like things starting up again with Titans in the next season, um, there's a possibility of maybe Cheshire being on the map. We'll see. What do you guys think about the reworks, Siren and Hawk Girl? I mean, Hawk Girl seemed like obvious, but what do you guys think about Siren being the sort of I guess the counterpart to Aqualad?
In
No
terms of the
comment.
character or the rework.
Let's go with both. Either way.
Oh, I'm cool with her being the rework. I just don't like it.
Okay. Um, why don't you like it?
It because it's not really noticeable.
Oh, you mean the actual like how she
The
changed into
actual
yeah.
rework, yeah,
Okay.
like the actual in-game changes are
Hmm.
very insignificant.
It's kind of like what they did with like most of the other characters they've been doing so far with like Huntress, with Vixen. I mean, Vixen got a little bit more of a change, but Huntress was kind of like minimal. So I guess this is sort of like what they're
Very similar to last month,
yeah.
but on the flip side, Hawk Girl is quite good.
Hmm. Okay. People are saying that Hawk Guy is saying that Hawk Girl seems broken. So what do you guys think?
I think this kind of goes back to what I was saying about Vixen. If you would have tweaked her stats even more, she would have been pretty busted.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkgirl, I think, is on that almost there. She's borderline busted with how much stun she can do.
Mm-hmm.
I have a really bad feeling that she's going to be really annoying to siege.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So let's
Because
so,
once
so
she gets going, you know she's going to stun someone, and you're going to have a bad day.
all right. So I wonder if we could actually like get Hate's Richard Mail team even more annoying. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure he's already on top of that. So okay, let's move on from the new characters. Let's talk about raids. So we're currently going through it right now. How's it going for you guys? How's it going for the owls?
Sleep
Most of us are
here.
done.
Okay.
I'd say a whole bunch of us are either done or near to be done.
Uh-huh.
Done meaning with the 500 million.
Uh-huh.
There are people on our team that are in like that stopped at a lower number.
Uh-huh.
I think maybe it was the 3 rebirth crystal milestone, and then they were done.
Uh-huh.
But whoever was going for the 500 has either hit it already or is close.
Okay. So and you guys are I'm assuming you guys are leading the alliance race.
Are we?
Yeah, that's just a given.
Is
We
it
all
like
have serious problems.
is it fairly close or not even?
What do you mean
Uh,
it's close?
I mean the next
I'll
like
check.
number 2.
No, we're crapping on them by like a couple million.
Okay. So they just gave up.
No, I don't think they were going for number one. They were just going for top 10.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, we're up by a lot. It's currently at 1.12 billion versus
Are we at 1 billion?
966 over a bit. We're at
Oh.
1.128 billion,
So
and
you're almost at
Oh.
200 million.
number 2 is 967 million.
So the gap
I
is
think I'm going to do some alliance bosses now.
the gap is more or less 200 million. Is that right?
Yeah,
a,
I guess so.
that's a
Uh,
lot.
yeah, close.
All right, that's decent. All right, you guys have it in the bag then. So what do you guys think about this iteration? It feels like we got Darkseid back. We got a bunch of like what's the word? Apocalyptins, right? This is the Apocalyptin siege or raid rather. So what did you guys think about it this time around? Is it just more rehashing the same thing? Do you feel like they've improved anything?
Yeah, there's not as many out-of-sync errors. Yeah, I mean, they got it as bug-free as they could.
Yeah, I still got the occasional freeze, like the stare down with Darkseid.
Yeah, I mean, that's like kind of given.
I'm not sure what
That's
that's
okay at
about
this
though.
point.
It's so weird, but whatever.
Doombox is locked out currently. He can't raid.
Oh, well, great. So that lockout thing still is a thing. They can't figure that out. Okay. Um, what do you guys think about the what's it called? The Alan Scott's skin being locked behind a paywall.
I like it.
That doesn't bother me at all.
People are gonna buy it. We're
I
gonna
like
buy
it a
it.
lot.
I am all for them selling skins for money. I
Mm-hmm.
think they should have been doing this for a long time. I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
good
yeah.
source of revenue. And skins is an area that I would say most games, console and mobile, that's a source of revenue for a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that they could have been tapping into for a long time.
Now, I agree with you in this in sort of like a business sense, but like I'm gonna try and play devil's advocate here for our free to play players in the audience, right? So if we go back to thinking about what was it, Green Lantern or Hal Jordan, right? So yeah, Green Lantern Hal Jordan was basically, I wouldn't say free, but you could buy him with gems, right, rather than buy him with money. Here it's they're sort of packaging it with gems, but you're not getting that much for your input. But then so you're basically paying for the skin too. So what's the argument for our free to play players?
Wait, why
Oh,
does it?
okay. I see what you're saying. So last month that they charged gems,
Right.
and this month they charge cash.
Right. Why not have both options available? But if you had both options available, then no one would buy the cash version. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, what?
I see
No,
what you're saying.
you wouldn't buy. You want it to be cash because that cash the devs can do something with. If you make it an in-app purchase, you're not letting the developers know, hey, I want more skins, or you can't. There's no room for the devs to monetize that skin. We
Right.
know that adding skins to the game costs them money, costs them developer time, costs them a lot of, licensing fees with DC and WB. So to make it monetized means we can get more skins in the game.
Right.
People are saying that they don't want to buy because it's a crap skin. That's, a personal thing. But I mean, I don't use Alan Scott, but I went ahead and bought it anyway because I want them to know, like, hey, I support your product and I want more of this. And then later down the road, they'll take feedback and saying, hey, this is what they want to see in their skin. Let's see if we can implement it.
All right. That's fair enough. So, what do you think is the tip off for the, I guess, going forward? So, do you think it's going to be more of the Alan Scott version, or it's going to be more of the Hal Jordan version, or do you think it's going to be a mix, like 1 month here, 1 month there?
I think they're gonna play with it until you know they figure out
LMR
what's more
saying,
popular.
LMR saying make skins 99 cents.
Oh hell no! Make them $10. Make them $20. I don't care.
I mean,
I think, wait, how much of it? I don't remember what it cost.
Cost $10.
yeah, in Canadian dollars it's 15, with the gems, right? How many gems was it? It was like 1,500 gems, right? Do you guys
I
remember?
don't remember.
Yeah.
No, it was like 4,000.
What, really? Was it that much? I can't remember. Okay, so
Yeah.
it was like, okay, a good chunk of gems for $10, 4,000. Yeah, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, right? Yeah, you're getting like decent payback. You're not getting like the what was it, 25, wait, 25,000. 25,000 is what, $100 for 25,000 is the standard rate, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
25,000 gems equals 100 US dollars.
okay.
Look, why do I get wanting to be free to play, but why wouldn't you want the devs to make money in this game? Keep it alive.
Basically, the argument for the free to play players is why should I spend money in this game? So, but I want these
So you
black,
can keep being entertained.
exactly. But then again, it's just like I want these Black Lantern skins. You should make it available for everybody. Anyways, I'm we're gonna go down like this really weird rabbit hole base. Anyways, let's not get into it. At the end of the day, skins I feel are it's exactly what they're supposed to be, just cosmetic. You can have them to make you have more fun, and if you have to pay for it, so be it. But it's not going to change your game experience. So,
Yeah.
all right. So let's move on from there. Let's go into some topics that LMR suggested for this month. So he actually wrote out a bunch of them. We did. I feel like we've answered some of these before, but let's go over them real quick. So he asked something like, for example, WB giving us a voting option for upcoming characters. We don't technically have that in game, but I believe that's what Joker does in the community center. So, and I feel, especially with Hawkman right now, it's a good example of characters that the audience or sort of that the community have polled on that actually came to fruition, right? So, I mean, what do you guys actually think of having an in-game polling system? Is that needed, or is, is what we're doing right now enough?
I think it would be a good quality of life change.
What do you think, Luke?
I think that the way they choose the characters is more calculated than that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think our feedback matters at all.
Yeah, maybe. So,
I mean, they seem to have like themes, and there's economics behind that drive those themes, and there's decisions way above WB San Fran that make those decisions.
all right.
Yeah.
The characters that come out in this game are not decided by these developers.
Yeah, a lot of it seems to me, it has to do with marketing potential and things that can be paired together with, for example, like the release of a new
Movies,
movie.
TV
Right,
shows, comic
exactly.
books.
Exactly. That's all. That's what it is. Like anniversaries, like Batman anniversary, Superman anniversary, things like that. So, like they want to group things together with events so that they can market it, and that just makes sense if you think of a business, right? How can I get people involved in this game for the first time? Oh, I'm a big Wonder Woman fan. Wonder Woman movie is coming out. Let's rework Wonder Woman and release a new Wonder Woman or some new Wonder Woman characters, and then that's how Kage got into the game, right? So, anyways.
Basically, yeah.
So I think yes, that is what it is. But maybe our voting is influencing something at the very least, you know. But who knows? LMR's other questions are why not implement a configuration to where we are able to reset tunes and retrieve materials back? I feel like we've had this topic at least a dozen times over the course of the years, right?
I'm all for it. You
Yeah.
know what? If somebody wants to pay to reset a character,
Mhm.
let them do it.
So let's say, for
If somebody's
example,
actually willing to pay money
Mhm.
to then pay money again to gear them again,
yeah. So like,
great, fine.
let's say for example, what if we created like quote unquote a token? Let's say I don't know, like let's call it not a crystal, but let's say a reset token, right? And you have to buy that reset token from the shop. How much would you pay for that reset token per character?
99.99.
$10.
Um, no, I think he said $100.
$100 to reset a character and get everything back. Does
Isn't that
that?
what you just said, Kage?
Yeah, he said 99. Nah, I thought he said 10. But is that reasonable?
Mm. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's definitely
I don't know.
not cheap. I think
20 bucks
maybe
to.
I'm thinking maybe meet in the middle, maybe $50.
Hmm. Okay. So some people are saying,
Because you want, like, I see where they're going with why they don't want you to reset to be able to reset the legendaries. It's almost strategic on which ones you choose and when. So if you've made that decision, you've made that decision. You kind of have to live with it.
yeah.
But
Some
there's
people are
got
saying
to
use gems
be,
though. Like using gems versus money, is that not reasonable? Like we're talking about actual money here, but what about gems?
okay, so then let's just convert it over to gems. 12,000 gems would be to reset a character.
Seems
That's
reasonable.
it sounds all right. Like when you said $100, I was thinking actually it's 25,000 gems, which is like the standard pack rate, right? Because that's your equivalent. I could spend $100 on this, or I could use $100 on this, right? I mean, anywhere in the 10 to 15,000 gem range is still reasonable. I think it's a lot, but then like you have to sort of commit to that. That's what you want to do, right? So okay. Um, and I think a lot of whales who are sort of in Hate's position. I think you guys are creeping up on it where you can't really actually do anything. You can't
I
actually,
am very, very close.
yeah. So you would pay like any number of like money just to make sure that that doesn't happen, right? Or any number of gems, rather.
Uh,
No, the easier thing is just remove up and away so that people can just gear their
they
character
they
Yeah.
or
could
not
do
be
two
locked out.
things. If that's the reason why, then they should do two other things. I'm talking about it more in the sense of you chose poorly on your legendary skill. You want to reset that. That to me is resetting it. what the other thing is a totally separate mechanic that is terrible. They should do one of two things: autocomplete the up, and away for those that have spent ridiculous amounts of money. I mean, insane amounts of money on the game. Just have the thing autocomplete. Or if they're so set on having that in the game, well, no, let me rephrase that. Either I said it, but I said it backwards. Either take it completely out of the game, or if they're so set on having that in the game, have it autocomplete for the people that spent all that money.
What if we met halfway? So what if we had a reset token handed out to people who actually completed everything, sort of like an achievement? So every time you like close out your max gearing for like your entire roster, you achieve another achievement, and that achievement unlocks another reset token, so you can keep doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's like not costing them anything.
Oh, then, well, so that's a workaround.
Yeah, exactly.
Or M4 saying make it a legendary mission only.
Oh yeah. So just move it to the legendary so that you actually don't have to get through that to get to legendary. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, anyways, we're brainstorming a lot here, but we're at the end of the day, we're not the decision makers, right? Hopefully, the decision makers are listening to us. So, okay.
I doubt they're listening to this podcast.
All right, let's keep going. So, LMR asks, like, should there be a way for us to share materials or shards amongst our alliance members, like a trade system? I think yes, I wish we could have that, but I think it's very hard to implement because that sort of coding on the back end is not easy, I think. What do you guys think?
I like the idea. I'm all for it. I've seen it work in other games, so I know it does work. But yeah, I think there's a significant development requirement to make it happen.
Yeah, you basically have to have like a whole other team of engineers who have to like work on this specific thing because this is not easy. Yeah, and whenever I think of like a trade system gone wrong, I always think of Diablo 3. So, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, all right, what else can we do here? Let's see. LMR actually is asking about the idea of silence blocking passives. How hard would that be? Do you guys think that would be hard to do?
Yeah.
I think that is pretty difficult to code. But
so let's say you silence Steppenwolf. Does that mean you don't get Terminator on crits anymore?
Yeah, that would also mean he doesn't passively give people what do you call it? The
buffs.
Evasions. Yeah, the hit chance up. Yeah, the hit chance up on their
crit
turns. Up. Exactly.
So if you silence Zod, does that mean he can miss?
I guess so. Yeah, that's what it would mean.
Yeah, so I mean that'd be pretty hard to do.
It would be very difficult.
They couldn't,
but really cool.
Yep.
They couldn't. It took them a million. Well, Red Hood came out really bugged, and it took them a million years to solve that. So imagine how much harder it would be to silence all passives in the game and future characters in the game.
Right. Alrighty. Well,
yeah. I think it'd be a waste of dev time.
All right. That's fair. So hopefully, well, the other thing is maybe they can create another ability instead of silence to do that. But again, it seems like something really difficult to code. So we'll see what happens. All right.
Or maybe they can, instead of it, maybe they can meet it like in the middle. And if you silence, then they can't have a retaliation.
That's fair.
So like maybe just that one piece could be codable in a somewhat easy fashion.
Yeah. Alrighty. So moving on to LMR's last question. So he was mentioning every time a character is reworked, a skin should be added. And I like that idea. There's only a couple of things because right now they're doing it maybe almost like once a month with it whenever raids are coming out. But if you think about it, a rework character twice every month, you'd run out of rework skins quickly, I think. What do you guys think?
I think there's rooms for tons of skins.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could have You could have holiday skins. You could have theme skins. You could have really weird, funny skins. I mean, you could. There's room for so many skins.
We could make like a Santa theme suit.
Exactly.
Give me a Santa suit, Lex Luthor.
You know it.
The man
Give me
who's
a
giving it
character
all.
that looks like a gingerbread man.
Here's
And not only that, they can have different levels of skins. What
Here's-
I mean by that is you could have a skin that all they do is that skin replaces like what they look like, but you could then have another type of skin that's maybe more money, that's a different tier that replaces all the animations.
all right. So I'm gonna
You
give
know,
you,
that could be like an expensive skin.
so I'm gonna give you guys another. I'm gonna give WB like the best skin idea that will make you a ton of money, especially out of 30 people in particular. Give every character every character in the game an optional skin that involves an owl mask. That's it. They look exactly the same as they are. They just put a mask on top of their mask. You will. I will
Like a
guarantee.
Court of Battle kind of thing.
Exactly. I guarantee you that you will make 30 times the number of characters in the game that there are at the time you release that skin. In terms of dollars, so make everything like $10 each. You'd make $300 times the number of characters in the game. Done. There you go. Straight up. So, otherwise, I mean, there's so many things you can do with skins. So, I mean, yeah, having every time there's a rework character, that character should also get a new skin. I can get behind that. But I think what they're doing right now is sort of theming them. So they're theming them with raids and making the Black Lanterns. So they're trying to. I'm guessing they're going to finish the Black Lanterns first before they do anything else, right?
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I like the Raven skin. Don't get me wrong. I think it's really pretty. But they chose a character that does anybody
No one
use her?
uses.
I like Raven.
She's really terrible.
I like Raven as a character. I like Raven as a character in DC. I just don't like her in this game.
Yeah, no, me too. But she's just a bad character in the game.
Yeah. Anyways, that is what it is. Let's move on from there. Let's get into the announcements and then wrap up with Q&A because we're going a bit long. Well, actually, we're okay on time, but let's see. So in terms of announcements, it seems like our streaming is a bit all over the place. Like Hate Mail is having a roof install today. I've recently sort of just settled back down in Canada again, and then I guess the only real streamer is Kage. So let's be honest.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, guys.
Kage is like carrying us right now, and Ogre from time to time will chip in. But we're gonna try and get more consistent with that, hopefully in the future. When life comes.
Does Ogre still play this game?
He does on and off. He's raiding. He's actually raiding with us right now. So.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He puts in time here and there. Let's see, what else is there? So the other thing is with WROL, if you guys are not aware, we're also getting into Magic Mana Strike. So that is kind of taking off slowly. And if you guys are interested in Magic Mana Strike, feel free to join us there. And you'll hear more from us on that end. But we're going to try to sort of keep things separated between DCL and Magic Mana Strike. But I think our YouTube channel is going to be all one place for right now. Not sure where we're going in the future, but stay tuned. We'll give you more announcements with that. And again, if you like Magic Mana Strike as well, feel free to join us there. So with that, let's get into our Q&A. Any of you guys on Discord, if you have questions for us, feel free to write them in. Let me know if you want to ask it on air, and then we will answer your questions on air. Do I have any questions from YouTube? Any of you guys on YouTube, if you guys are listening, write into the chat, and I will ask your questions on air. So, Hawkeye asks, ideas for Hawkman comps. Anyone?
So, I don't know. Stargirl. Stargirl, Hawk Girl. Man, I don't know. The problem with him being green is that he can only really work with green characters, so.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of stun-based comps are very green heavy too, right?
Stun and strength down.
Yeah. Loot, do you have any idea for Hawkman comps?
I don't know. If running with Wonder Girl, he'd be good.
I don't know. I'm thinking stun team.
Stun team, Richard Mail team. Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically.
some variation. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm really really high on stuns right now.
Mhm.
Hate mail has really turned me on to that, and I think they're so fun to use.
Okay. So Loot's gonna join the dark side.
Definitely.
All right, fair enough. What else? What else is there for Hawkman? I mean, basically, it's just built around that.
I would do Wonder Girl, Donna Troy, Hawkman, and Lex Luthor,
Mhm.
or maybe a Red Leader. Red Hood, Wonder Girl, Hawk Girl, or Hawkman.
They're talking about Cheetah,
Uh,
4-turn meter, and strength up.
yeah, you could do that.
No, I don't know about that.
Okay.
Cheetah's
Well,
so
Hawkman.
outclassed now.
Well, just run Wonder Girl.
Wonder Girl, everything. Wonder Girl,
Brainiac, Wonder Girl,
Hawk Girl.
Hawkman. No, Hawkman.
Okay, Hawkman, Hawk Girl. I was thinking, but then that's like
No, I don't
two
care.
blues,
I
two
really don't
greens.
care to run them both together. I really don't care to run them both together, to be
Catwoman.
honest with you.
Who, the Wonder Twins?
Yeah. Well, no, Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Oh, well, they're really made for each other. Um,
Go figure, right?
it's just a shame that they're both green.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't care to run them together, because they're both green. I don't
I mean, if you
like
want to
two greens and
slot
like teams.
like a red stunner in there, you could put like Catwoman, for example. I don't know.
You could do Bane, Medfill, Swamp Thing, and Hawkman.
That's interesting. All right. All right. Let's
Because
go.
Bane and Swamp Thing do strength downs, and they both do stuns. Well, Bane does stuns, and and works a match. Actually, I might put that. Lex, Bane, Swamp Thing, Hawkman,
Okay. Grim
or
is saying,
Brainiac.
yeah, Grim saying Brainiac, Booster, Donna Troy, Hawkman. That sounds good. I like that team.
Yeah,
All right. All right.
yeah. I mean, you could play with a lot of things.
That's like a a bunch of ideas for Hawkman comps. I like that. All right. So, any more questions? Anyone else have any other questions while we're waiting? What do you guys have planned for?
DP, are you done moving? Are you
Yeah.
playing the game again? Like,
So
what's going on?
I've been playing. I haven't actually stopped playing. It's just I haven't like settled really like my life, you know. But my apartment,
Okay.
like I'm more or less settled in. Things are more or less bought and set up, so I'm good.
The
Right
wife's
now,
not threatening divorce, right?
uh, that happens every other day. Don't worry about it. Eleanor's asking me, how's Canada? Cold? Yes, very cold. It's like, what is it right now? It's like -10 to -20 on a regular basis in Celsius. So in Fahrenheit, that'd be like 20 degrees, something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the metrics. I don't know what communism do.
I know that like 30 something degrees is like 0 Celsius. So what's the freezing point of water?
It's 32.
32?
32 equals
Yeah.
0.
So I'm at like -10 Celsius today, like as we're speaking right now, which is about, I'd say like probably around like 15, 20. So it's pretty cold.
Yeah, that's cold.
Yeah. It's cold and snowy, and it's Canada. And we're in March. Yay. So just to let you guys know, the temperature or the weather in Canada is we have 4 seasons. It's winter, 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 construction. That's what our seasons are. So otherwise, yeah, everything's good. We're good. Thanks for asking. All right, so I'm not sure if there's any other questions. Do you guys have any other questions before we wrap things up here? Are you good? I guess we're good. I did want to ask Loot something. Dude, do you actually watch any of the DC Universe shows, like the Harley Quinn show?
I haven't tried that one yet, but I did watch Titans, and I
Okay,
really liked it.
sweet. Now I want to ask you, did you watch Big Bang Theory?
No, I never watched Big Bang
I was
Theory.
gonna say then you would get the reference, but Penny, the character on Big Bang Theory, is Harley Quinn's voice actor. So
Oh, is it?
yeah,
Yeah, because I don't watch like a lot of sitcoms.
okay,
I find that I don't really watch a whole lot of TV,
okay,
which is really a departure from what I used to. I used to watch like and I don't know. Lately, I feel like I don't watch anything. I don't have time.
all right. So what we're gonna have to do is this is your homework. If you have time, do you have the DC Universe app, or do you watch like elsewhere, like
No, I have
Netflix?
it.
Oh, you
I
do.
have it.
Okay,
I just
you
I'm
can.
just lame and don't cut out time.
All right, because the Harley Quinn show is only 30 minutes per episode, right? Or the less because without commercials and stuff, like 20 minutes or so. So just like
It's animated, right?
yeah, exactly. So you can probably breeze through that really fast. It's very comical and satirical, and I think you'd probably like it. So get through
The
it.
biggest question there is does she look slutty?
Yeah, she does. She kind of like looks like
Okay, I'm in.
she kind of looks like the Suicide Squad version now. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay, I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
you like it. So when you watch that, when I guess when the first season is done, let me know, and then we're gonna talk about it.